It's the new abbreviated opening credits for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. How are you? We're back. We're here. Happy Monday, 25th day of August, 2025. I am Dan Kuntz. Going to set another record high today. We did it yesterday. We hit 100 degrees on Sunday. It broke the old record of 98, which was set back in 1970. Yesterday at this time, Sunday morning at 7 a.m., it was 70 degrees. Right now, it is 72 degrees. We're a little bit warmer to start the day. It's a little hazy out there. You can see the clouds, but we're going to break a record today again, and we're going to do it again on Tuesday. We're not just going to nudge by the existing record high temperatures for those particular dates. We're going to blow right by them today, tomorrow, and quite possibly even Wednesday. Then we cool down, things get a little unsettled, but there is a red flag warning for the Cascades and the Methow Valley. We are still under an extreme heat warning. It's going to go all the way through till Wednesday evening. It was hot on Saturday, 97, record high yesterday. We're going to set a record today. All those details are coming up, but the heat wave is going to continue for at least another 3 days. There is a lot of news to get to. We'll get you informed of what's going on here in the Wenatchee Valley in north central Washington. Sports, nice day for the Mariners. It was just too hot to be outside, so I stayed inside in the air-conditioned comfort of my palatial estate and watched the Mariners kick the Athletics all over the place. Highlights of that, and of course, an historic day for Cal Raleigh. You probably know that by now. And in the back half of the program, I went and visited our friends at the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. Lisa Blair is the executive director. First of all, they're ditching the name. Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center, the middle part of their name. They're getting rid of it. Lisa will tell us why they're getting rid of that. They're having a contest, by the way, so you can play a part of it. But the bigger part of the conversation is they need to get bigger. Their thrift shop, which is about 60% of their operating revenue, is simply outgrown its space. They have a capital campaign going on to make the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center bigger because they need it. We'll talk about that with Lisa in the back half of the program, and Mike Benatti has an opinion. It is tour time on this very warm Monday morning. Again, a little hazy, just like we started out yesterday, but that haze is not going to last very long. We'll have bountiful sunshine by mid to late morning. And again, we set a record high yesterday, 100. The old record was 98, set back in 1970. And our overnight low Sunday was 66. And again, as I mentioned already, yesterday at this time it was 70 degrees. Right now it's 72 degrees. Common sense tells me we might be a little warmer than 100 degrees today because we're 2 degrees warmer than we were yesterday at this time. Sunrise this morning, 6:11. Sunset tonight, 7:54. 13 hours, 43 minutes of daylight. We're losing another 3 minutes or so of daylight every day. And of course, this is the last full week in August, the unofficial last full week of summer. 1 week from today is Labor Day. By the way, we won't be here. We get a 3-day weekend. Camera number 2. Oh, good morning to Kashmir. It's got to be the Hay Canyon camera looking back towards the Wenatchee Valley. Hello, Kashmir. Good view from there. A lot of people, of course, live in Kashmir but work in Wenatchee, so there's a pretty good commute from Kashmir along Highway 2 into the Wenatchee Valley. Beautiful view there. And Kashmir, you're going to be warm too. Although, ironically enough, we were the only area, we were the only city, Wenatchee was, the Wenatchee Valley, we were the only area in our viewing area that actually set a record high of 100, but it was warm everywhere yesterday and Saturday for that matter. Our third camera, a slow dissolve 2. Ooh. Again, I got to think that's Billy Goat. We showed this camera on Friday. I'm pretty sure that's the Billy Goat camera, high above Billy Goat Mountain, simply because it's so darn high. That's the Columbia River right there, and a big swath of the Waterville Plateau and the Upper Basin. Beautiful view there. I hope the fair went well. I didn't get a chance to get up to Waterville this weekend. I hope the NCW fair went well. No fair this upcoming weekend. It's Labor Day weekend, so a lot of people will head to Ellensburg for the roundup. And then, of course, the Chelan County Fair is always the weekend after Labor Day, which is early this year. It can't get any earlier than September 1st. And camera number 4. Lake Wenatchee chimes in. Looks a little hazier there, but then again, it could be a little disconcerting because it's pulled way back, so that might not be a true rendering of what the Lake Wenatchee area looks like. And I think they're pretty much done trying to catch sockeye. I think the sockeye won. I don't know if they keep track of these things, who wins, the fishermen or the sockeye, but my understanding was even though they opened it for the month of October for sockeye salmon in Lake Wenatchee, not a lot of anglers had some good luck. Sorry to hear about that. Two slides to show for you. This is an updated slide. We've been showing you this one for the last few days. Here we go again for today and tomorrow. The Wenatchee Valley is under a major heat risk. Our heat warning continues through Wednesday evening, so it's going to be very, very hot. If you live in the red area, well, it's going to be hot everywhere. There's no denying that, but here we go again, and it doesn't take long for the heat, especially in the afternoon hours, mid to late afternoon. It doesn't take very long for the heat just to knock you down and wear you out. So if you can avoid being outside during the hottest part of the day, it is highly recommended that you do. And for you folks in the Cascades and the Methow Valley, you have a red flag warning. As you can see, it doesn't quite make it to the Wenatchee Valley. The border is basically right along the crest of the Cascades. They have, unfortunately, a chance of some dry thunderstorms today. Not much, only about a 10% chance of dry thunderstorms in the pink area, but that would be bad. If you're going to have thunderstorms, you want rain associated with the thunderstorms. So you folks who live along the Cascades, the higher up you go, the better chance you have of some inclement weather in all of the Methow Valley under a red flag warning for today and tomorrow. We'll keep a close eye on that, but anything that gets going in those dense woods would be really, really bad. From the National Weather Service. Record high temperature on this date, 97. We set that back in 1996. We'll get to about 100 today for the afternoon high. So we're going to set another record. 74 for the overnight low. The record high temperature Tuesday, 95. Forecast high, 99. So we're not going to break records. We're going to break them pretty good. So record high temperature yesterday, record high temperature today, record high temperature tomorrow. The record high temperature on Wednesday, if we get to that 96-degree mark, and I think we will, that would tie the record. So it looks like we're going to break the record for 3 straight days and then tie the record on Wednesday, although we could break it. And then we finally get some relief on Wednesday night and into Thursday. Still some sunshine, partly sunny, but considerably cooler as the days are getting shorter. And since the sunshine will be filtered, and by this time, the warm air will begin to seep out of here. It'll get much more comfortable, but still above normal by a lot. Our normal high this time of the year is 84. That's nowhere near in the wheelhouse, as you can see right through the rest of the week and right on into September. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, the news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Call Alpine Air Heating and Cooling today. Your comfort is their priority.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
Tour Moses Lake just a gas tank away. With its abundance of outdoor activities, Moses Lake is a great place to visit. From fishing and boating to exploring the city's attractions, there is no shortage of things to do. Whether you're enjoying any one of the variety of restaurants with the family or an adventure-filled day with friends, Moses Lake has something for everyone. TourMosesLake.com and start your adventure today.
Central Washington Water understands the power of healing waters. If part of your wellness routine includes hot heat from a sauna, Central Washington Water now carries indoor and outdoor infrared and hot rock saunas by Tilo. Research shows there are many health benefits to a cold plunge after a good workout or relaxing time in your sauna. Harness the power of water in a hot spring spa, plug-and-play spas, a Tilo sauna, or a cold plunge tub. Stop by Central Washington Water, your wellness experts.
73 degrees here in the big city, triple digits again today. Going to set a record high just like we did yesterday. Record high temperature, a distinct possibility. Well, it's going to happen on Tuesday, perhaps even on Wednesday before we gradually cool down. It's 10 minutes after the hour. Last night, the FBI once again began a sweep of the forested area where Peyton, Evelyn and Olivia Decker were found murdered nearly 3 months ago. The Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest announced on Friday that roads, trailheads, and campgrounds in the upper Icicle River would close from 6 a.m. yesterday to 6 a.m. this coming Wednesday, while federal agents conduct operations in the area. Travis Decker, the father of the 3 young girls, is the sole suspect in their homicide. The children's bodies were found at an Icicle River campsite on June 2nd, 3 days after their father picked them up from their home in Wenatchee for a scheduled visitation. Decker has not been seen since. He is the subject, of course, of a national manhunt. Previous searches have closed public lands in the encampments and even parts of the North Cascades National Park. It's not known whether Travis Decker is dead or alive, but the $20,000 reward remains in effect for information leading to his capture. The accused fraudster who bilked money out of the Cashmere Valley Bank branch in Leavenworth, as well as banks throughout Washington and other states, poised to make a plea deal with federal prosecutors. 51-year-old Andrea Corcoran of Texas allegedly caught on video withdrawing nearly $11,000 from the Leavenworth Bank in May of 2024 using a phony passport to pose as account holder. Authorities say she pulled the same trick on banks in Cle Elum, Centralia, West Seattle, and in Everett. She was finally arrested in Maine about a year ago after using phony credentials at 2 banks. She's now charged with bank fraud, the false use of a passport, and aggravated identity theft. Federal court records in Maine show she's offered a guilty plea scheduled to be heard by a judge this Friday. Those charges could carry up to 30 years in prison. Corcoran still faces local criminal charges in 4 Washington counties, including Chelan County. A state agency that reviews major building projects for local governments has said yes to Rivercom's plan for a new dispatch center. The Wenatchee Valley 911 agency serves both Chelan and Douglas counties, and they say they have outgrown its borrowed space at the top floor of the Wenatchee Police Department. Well, the Washington State Project Review Committee, it gave the go-ahead for Rivercom to build a new $26 million service station on land it has purchased in East Wenatchee. Funding the building is still an issue since the state legislature did not approve a $10 million grant for the project earlier this year. But Rivercom Director Doug Jones says the PRC approval is an important step forward since it allows a building contractor to be involved in the planning and design phase. That could save additional costs and avoid delays down the road. The Trades District, a collection of 12 small business spaces for startup entrepreneurs at East Wenatchee, officially opened. On Wednesday, they had the ribbon cutting ceremony. The event in the Pangbourne Airport Business Park included a lot of featured speakers, including the CEO of the Chelan-Douglas Regional Port Authority, Jim Kuntz, and State Representative Mike Steele. All the business hubs have now been spoken for. Owners are moving in and preparing to open up their spaces to the community.
Thought I'd speak just briefly of how we got here today, a little bit of history of this site. So originally it was a company called Gigawatt who leased this property from the Port of Douglas County to build up to 26 small pod buildings to be in the Bitcoin operation business. And then during the construction phase, unfortunately, they went bankrupt in 2018, and the bankruptcy court, for good or worse, deeded over partially completed buildings to the Port of Douglas County and said the site is all yours again. So it was quite a challenge, and some of the buildings were framed, and there were a whole host of buildings that are just concrete foundations. So the Regional Port Board in October of 2020, so basically 5 years ago, the Regional Port Board said, let's do a feasibility study on building small business incubator buildings. We know that it is hard in the greater Wenatchee Valley to get reasonably priced production space. especially for businesses that are on the grow and want to start up. So we hired Forte Architects, did a feasibility study, and the concept seemed to make some sense. And so 5 years later, we are here dedicating this facility. And you may ask, is there enough demand for these 12 buildings? And I'm pleased to announce today, all 12 buildings have been spoken for small business startups.
This is truly something that I think will benefit our community for generations to come. And this is why we all do the things we do at the legislature. This is all about community building. And this is truly the best part of the job. When you get to come to these sorts of things and see the opportunities that our communities can create together, and keep in mind, this is all your taxpayer money. This is not my money, this is not our money, this is your money, and this is what we do with it to make things better for the communities we serve.
It's a place where ideas can grow, where businesses can take root, and where our community can come together in new and innovative ways. I'm so proud that our studio will be part of this story, and I'm excited to welcome more people into this space. On behalf of Amanda and I, we want to thank the Chelan-Douglas Regional Port Authority and the commissioners, project partners, and everyone who worked so hard on this project. We're thrilled to be tenants here, and I can't wait to see the Trades District become a hub of small businesses and where community can enjoy.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Our media partner at the Wenatchee World reports that the East Wenatchee City Council voted last week to impose a new 0.1% sales tax that takes effect next year. The state legislature passed House Bill 2015 during their last session that allows cities to add 0.1% sales tax for criminal justice purposes like staffing police and public defenders. Finance Director Josh DeLay says the new tax is estimated to bring an additional $550,000 to the city. He also explained to the City Council that the estimated impact to East Wenatchee households, he guessed it's going to be about an additional $23.50 per year. Most groceries, gas, and other items like prescription medications are exempt from that tax. Here's a story we seem to do every year just about this time. The Grant County Health District is warning of suspected blue-green algae blooms in Moses Lake. Blue-green algae can produce toxins that can cause serious illness in people and livestock. It's lethal to pets. Symptoms may take 30 minutes to 24 hours to appear. Includes nausea, abdominal pain, severe thirst, and weakness. The suspected blue-green algae blooms were observed in the North Moses Lake and Lewis Horn advisory areas. Toxin results will be available later this week. It'll be posted on the Health District's website. Lakeside Park in Chelan will be closed for several months after the Labor Day weekend for a renovation project that will modernize the park. The city announced that the construction on the popular space for swimmers and boaters will improve safety, accessibility, and family fun. The project includes new ADA-compliant features in the bathrooms and walkways, updated playground equipment, a dock replacement, plus landscaping. It's a $1.2 million project. It's funded through a federal land and water conservation grant and city matching funds. The park will close on Tuesday, September 2nd, and construction will begin after that. The work is expected to be completed come spring. And the Washington State Department of Fish and Wildlife has developed an animal zodiac for your daily astrology reading. I did it just for fun. The agency matched up to 12 astrological sun signs with the state's species of greatest conservation need. So if you're a Leo, your zodiac animal is the sea otter, known for its confidence, good grooming, and love for attention. For Virgo, that's me, it is the giant Palouse earthworm, famous for logic, perfectionism, and a great work ethic. That ain't me. Anyway, you can view the full Washington Animal Zodiac on the Fish and Wildlife Facebook page. Earthworm, yeah. And that is the news at just about 20 minutes after the hour. Whatever made news over the weekend, you better believe Jefferson and Jordan and Malcolm and Casey and I don't know, they sit over there in the other room. They'll be putting it all together, so the news will come your way at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock tonight. That's on television, the air times, if you will, 5, 6, and 10. Our news will be posted for you to watch whenever you want to on our homepage just around 5 o'clock and on our YouTube page right around 5 o'clock. And don't forget, we're now on Roku, and we're on Apple TV, and we're on the Amazon Fire Stick, which is all pretty cool. So check it out. You can download the app and watch us whenever you want to. And if you have a news tip, get a hold of us. News at NCWLIFE.com. Good weekend for the, well, good Sunday for the Mariners anyway. Sports is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel. Experience the music of ABBA with Abra Cadabra, coming to the Wenatchee Valley for the first time this fall at the America Performing Arts Center, September 21st. Don't miss this family-friendly stage extravaganza, receiving rave reviews from coast to coast. For tickets and info, go to ILoveABBA.com. That's ILoveABBA.com.
Craving fresh Asian comfort food? Steam Panda is Wenatchee's popular family-friendly Asian restaurant. They focus on providing guests with delicious, healthy, fresh, and natural dishes for an affordable price. It's time to enjoy one of their many popular house-made soup dumplings, ramen noodles, or pho dishes. And make sure to ask about their lunch and chef specials on sushi rolls. Steam Panda's Hawaiian poke bowl and salads are excellent with your favorite boba tea. Stop by or order online at Steam Panda today.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
Sports at 23 minutes after the hour. Cal Raleigh is good. He's really good. He hit his major league leading 48th and then his 49th home run of the year. That's a new single-season record for catchers. The Mariners beat the A's 11-4 yesterday afternoon. The switch-hitting Raleigh hit his home runs in the first inning and the second inning, both off A's starter Jacob Lopez. The second homer gave the Mariners a 5-1 lead that they would not relinquish. Raleigh passing Salvador Perez, who hit 47 with the Kansas City Royals in 2021.
0-1 to Cal. High fly ball! Way out of here! There it goes! Number 48 reaches the second deck! He has tied the all-time record! The most home runs by a catcher in a single season, and Cal Raleigh has done it before the end of August! Simply incredible!
So, Jacob Wilson, you got to be ready to hit.
Wilson ready, puts a swing left field and a homer for Jacob Wilson. Third game off the IL and the power is back for Jay Willie. 2-1, A's on the board.
The opposite way to the gap. Butler can't get there. Here comes Polanco to score. The Mariners get that run right back. Field is in, bases are loaded. Robles lines lines this to left field. Garver scores on his heels. Polanco, the throw up the line. 2 runs cash in for the Mariners. Victor Robles drives in a pair. And the M's have opened it up in the 3rd inning. It's a 7-1 lead. 1-2. Flicked into shallow center field. Drops in, base hit. Crawford scores. He is in to touch home plate. Robles right behind him. Well, the Mariners add on another 2 runs. This time thanks to Julio. It's a 9-1 lead. Fights this off to the gap. Right center field. Base hit. The runs just keep on coming for the Mariners today. A Rosarena in. Julio right behind him. An 11th spot today for the Mariners.
Here's the pitch. A line drive out to left, and that will indeed be a stake for Willie MacGyver. Urias gets hit. Katse out of the dugout.
See Urias point right away, right to his hand area. Take a look, take a listen.
Well, you saw Blade tap him after he came home to touch home plate. Makes it 11-3 on the hit by pitch, but for Urias, I'm sure that pain and that feeling's not going to go away anytime soon.
You've been, ribbon.
And this possibly had a chance to sneak through and picked up, and the out will score a run. So Jacob Wilson coming through.
On the ground, Cole Young to first base. Ball game. You know, sometimes you just need a little bit of sunshine.
Lost in all the, after the game, by the way, Cal Raleigh spoke with Jim Mueller of Root Sports about his record-setting day at the plate.
What will you remember about your record-setting swings?
I don't know. It was a lot of fun, and I guess I remember just tipping the cap to the crowd and everybody on their feet. It was really a cool moment.
They have done that so many times.
They're great. They're awesome. They've been really good to me, and show out. And we're gonna need you down the stretch going to.
Okay, to be fair, that was not fair because I thought that was just going to be bubble gum.
I saw it in the bullpen. He credit to him. He came back strong after a tough outing last time, and fixed some things and got into a good headspace. And you saw it in the bullpen. He was locked in right away.
Lost in all that hoopla surrounding Cal Raleigh was the fact that Logan Gilbert was really good too. He set a career high with 13 strikeouts, gave up just 1 run. Manager Dan Wilson talked about both Cal and Gilbert after the game.
We had a chance to see all-time history today, which is really cool. 49 homers in a season for a catcher, unbelievable. I think as much as I want to talk about the homers, I think I want to talk about his blocking today more. What a great job he did, and when you think about Logan and getting setting a career high in strikeouts, the confidence he had in the split, and Cal being able to stop it was it's all goes hand in hand. And so when you talk about Cal Raleigh, you talk about a lot of home runs, but he does the job behind the plate. And he does it very well, and that's not taking anything away from Logan. I thought Logan pitched an unbelievable ball game today, and that was an incredible bounce back for him, and threw the ball well. He had everything going. Really good fastball, good split, good slider, and he attacked the zone, and that's what Logan does so well. And that's what he did today. The two of those guys together were pretty dynamic back there, or out there. And, the 2 home runs, getting us an early lead, awesome. And, offensively, we did a lot of incredible things. Loaded the bases, driving them in, using the whole field, getting big hits up and down the lineup. Some really good at-bats, everywhere in the lineup. You can't look at a guy in that lineup and not point to a really strong at-bat. And it was just a great afternoon, a great way to end that series and win that series and get ready for San Diego coming in.
Yep, they're next. The Mariners start a 3-game series with the Padres tonight at T-Mobile Park. Bryce Miller will start for Seattle. San Diego has yet to name a starter. I guess we'll have to find out together at 6:40 tonight on Root Sports. So there are now 31 games remaining in the regular season for the Mariners, and they trail the Astros by a couple of games. In the AL West, the Orioles beating Houston 3-2 yesterday. The Rangers shut out the Guardians, and the Cubs beat the Angels in L.A. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on. And the Seahawks lost a game to the Packers. It doesn't count. Cut down day for the NFL. You have to be down to your 53-man roster. Is tomorrow at 1 p.m. For your obscure holiday, it's Father's Day in South Sudan. I checked. They have some there. It's National Whiskey Sour Day. No, thank you. National Park Service Founders Day. National Kiss and Makeup Day. National Secondhand Wardrobe Day. We're not doing any of those. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la. Yes, today is Banana Splits Day. Now, why the Banana Splits are not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is beyond me. I love that show. When I was a kid, there they are. There's Fleagle, Bingo, Drooper, and Snork. They should reunite. I love the Banana Splits. 4 banana, 3 banana. Actually, not the cartoon. We're talking actually about 3 scoops of ice cream, fudge, whipped cream, a banana, and a cherry. The actual banana split that we eat. Believe it or not, banana splits were not created in an ice cream parlor, but in a pharmacy. David Evans Strickler in 1904 was a pharmacist's apprentice who enjoyed experimenting with all kinds of stuff in his free time. He came up with the banana split. It was huge amongst the college crowd. His campus was right next to the pharmacy, and they would willingly pay 10 cents for a banana split, which in 1904 was a lot of money. And that looks good right now. I haven't had a banana split in a long time. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Anyway. It's 32 minutes after the hour. Day in history. There he is. Captain Matthew Webb became an international celebrity, and in 1875, that's not an easy thing to do. 150 years ago today, Captain Webb becomes the first person to swim the English Channel. He swam from Dover, England, the White Cliffs of Dover, to Calais, France. It took him 21 hours and 45 minutes. Now, it's only 22 miles from Dover to Calais, but he actually had to swim 40 miles because of the tide and the current. He couldn't go straight there as the crow flies. He had to go zigzag. So he actually swam 18 miles further than the actual distance, and needless to say, he became, first of all, a national celebrity in Great Britain, and then eventually an international professional swimmer, made a lot of money, toured the world. And finally, when his finances began to dwindle and his fame began to dwindle, he said, I got to get myself back in the papers again. So 8 years later, after he swam the English Channel, Captain Matthew Webb announced that he will attempt to swim through the Whirlpool Rapids below Niagara Falls. They found his body 4 days later. But at least he swam the English Channel. That was 150 years ago today. Paris is liberated by the Allies. August 25th, 1944, 81 years ago today. One of the capitals that fell to the Nazis is retaken. We already had retaken Rome. We retook Paris. Next up, Tokyo. Paris is liberated by the Allies, and didn't take very long from the time they invaded Normandy in June until August 25th, 1944. Exactly 1 year later, August 25th, 1945, John Birch, a U.S. intelligence officer, is killed by the Communist Party, the Chinese Communist Party. And for the people on the far right in political circles, they took advantage of this. They said John Birch is the first victim of the Cold War, or as they like to call it, World War III. Ironically enough, his commanding officer, Jimmy Doolittle, said, I don't think he'd approve. He didn't feel like he would be the first casualty of World War III. He said that wasn't really John Birch's politics, but that didn't matter. His name was attached to the John Birch Society because he was killed by communists in China 80 years ago today. And 13 years ago today, August 25th, 2012, 35 years after it was launched in 1977, the Voyager 1 spacecraft enters interstellar space. It became the first man-made object to do so. It is currently 14 billion miles from Earth. It is the most distant man-made object from the Earth. It is still out there. They've lost complete communication with it. All the batteries have since run out. But if the theory upholds, it's still out there somewhere. Voyager 1. Let's do some birthdays. Got some heavenly birthdays. This guy's in heaven for sure. Leonard Bernstein, the pianist, composer, conductor. He was the first conductor to put classical music, put it on television, and got a mass audience. It was called the Young People's Concerts with the New York Philharmonic, and he got a lot of people who didn't know anything about classical music somewhat intimidated by it. He said, this is for everybody. And he was a great guy. He also, of course, wrote the music for West Side Story. Leonard Bernstein, born in the state in 1918. Sean Connery would have been 95 years old today, the first actor to portray the character James Bond in film. For a lot of people, he is James Bond. And, of course, he won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor in The Untouchables back in 1988. And Regis Philbin, born in the state in 1931, he holds the Guinness World Record for the most hours on U.S. television. Regis, I'm coming after your record, but I'm going to have to live to be about 97 to pull that off. Tom Skerritt lives in Seattle and Lopez Island now. He was in MASH, of course, Alien. He was the ship's captain. The Dead Zone, Top Gun, A River Runs Through It. The television series Picket Fences, Tom Skerritt, 92 years old today. Raleigh Fingers, his number 34, retired by both the A's and the Brewers. He's in the Baseball Hall of Fame. During spring training, when the Brewers released Raleigh Fingers, he signed with the Reds, but the Reds say you have to shave your mustache because we have a no facial hair policy. Instead, Raleigh Fingers retired. He is 79. Chaim Witz, happy birthday, Chaim. You know him as Gene Simmons. He is 76 years old today. And Rachel Ray. Rachel Ray is 57 years old today. She's still doing, I haven't seen her on TV for a long time. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. They are our platinum sponsors. And if your AC goes on the fritz, they should be your first call. If you had Alpine Air install your HVAC originally, it's probably doing just fine. Mike Minotti's got an opinion, and then my conversation with Lisa Blair, the executive director of the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activities Center. Do not miss this conversation. It's next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
The Surf and Slide Water Park is open from Memorial Day through Labor Day. Surf and Slide is located in the heart of Central Washington in Moses Lake with activities for all ages and abilities. Check out Surf and Slide's Flow Rider Surfing Simulator, Lazy River, 2 200-foot water slides, tube slides, and diving boards. Our children's area includes a Treasure Island water structure, splash pad, and baby octopus slide. For season passes, visit us online or find Surf and Slide on Facebook.
It's the NCWLIFE Community Calendar, a presentation of the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. The Chelan County Fair returns September 4th through the 7th at the Fairgrounds in Cashmere. Thursday is Senior Day. Folks 62 and older get in for free until 4 p.m. On Thursday night, it's the Boy Band Review taking the stage. Friday, it's multi-platinum country artist Matt Stell with special guest Jessica Lee. And Saturday and Sunday, it's the PRCA Rodeo. All of these attractions are free with your ticket to the fair.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here.
Oh.
I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Here in the Pacific Northwest, we don't just enjoy the outdoors, we live for it. It's in the cast of a line, the crunch of a trail, and the joy on a kid's face when they catch their first fish. Out here, we connect, we laugh, reflect, and make memories that last generations. And when the day's done, there's a place we all come home to. Abby's Legendary Pizza, rooted in the Northwest, built on community, and always ready to serve our outdoor legends. If you love the outdoors, at Abby's, you're already family.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty. And everybody is entitled to my opinion. So
Let's say you have a negative experience with someone from a different race or group, and on the basis of that experience, you form a general opinion on that entire race or group. Or maybe you see or experience other instances which you perceive support your subjective judgment. Now, isn't this a description of prejudice, which we all seem to agree is wrong? Now, the reason I ask myself and others when I claim to abhor one type of prejudice, am I harboring another type and justifying it due to my subjective perceptions? A simpler way to ask this is, do I think it's okay to hate and be prejudiced against people who I perceive as prejudiced? This is Mike Mad Dog Magnati, and that's my opinion.
You trust the same doctor for your health and the same dentist for your smile. Trust Global Car Care to keep your vehicle running strong. We track your car's history so it gets the right care at the right time. With our 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on parts and labor, you'll drive away with confidence. Global Car Care, your automotive experts. We service all makes and models, but specialize in Sprinter vans, Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen, and BMW. Call or visit us today.
Whether you're a new homeowner or looking to update, Save Mart in Wenatchee has everything you need. From top-of-the-line appliances to comfy mattresses and stunning furniture that fits your style, they have it all under one roof. With great deals and expert customer service, you'll find the perfect pieces for your space and your budget. Save Mart, your local destination for quality appliances, mattresses, and furniture at prices you'll love.
Hey there folks, Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to Blueberry Hills to experience some real treats. Take a look at our homemade cream pies, our amazing cheesecakes, and don't forget our famous banana pudding. Remember, we're more than just great treats. People come from all over the world to experience what has been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Welcome back to the program. Just behind my shoulder is hopefully in a few years' time, if all things work out together, and this is what we're here for, the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center will have a brand new thrift shop so they can take back their campus, which was built over 30 years ago, starting to show its wear and tear, and they've simply outgrown the current facilities, so there's a capital campaign going on. Lisa, introduce yourself to our television family.
Hi, I am Lisa. I'm the executive director, and I've been with the Senior Center for a year. I started out as the program director. I was hired as the executive director when our past director, Dave, retired. So I have been in that position for slightly over a year, and I am pretty much a native of Wenatchee.
And you kind of inherited this big project from Dave. This is something that's been in the hopper with your board of directors for quite some time. This is no secret. You have simply outgrown your facility.
Correct. We have.
And the biggest problem is all the rooms that used to be activity rooms and meeting rooms for your clientele and your patrons have been basically taken over by the thrift store. So we need a new thrift store.
We do. What we're working on is building an addition that we can move space out to that addition so that we can reclaim all of our activity rooms. We had 9, we lost 7 in the transition, and that was at COVID. We were hoping to get those back when COVID was over. That was predated me, and it didn't happen because the thrift store provides a little over 60% of our income, and you can't give somebody something for 2 years and then say, okay, here we are, we're going to scale back on this, and we want our space back. So the programs that we had and the activities that we had, we weren't able to restore after COVID. We've lost a lot of the card games, we lost pool, we lost ping pong, which we're hearing about from the disgruntled members, which I understand. They want their activities back that they're used to, and we want to expand and grow and move into the community a little more and be more welcome to everybody that would like to participate. So
the building and the campus date to 1993. It's been extremely well maintained, but still it's over 30 years old, and anything over 30 years old, that's a building that gets as much use as this does. improvements have to be made. Security, Wi-Fi, just general stuff needs to be done. It needs to be upkept like any other building.
Yes, and we're feeling it. We're starting to feel it. We've had issues with our heat pumps. We've had to replace 4 to 5 of just the compressors recently, and it gets expensive. You're right. We don't have decent Wi-Fi. We have spotty Wi-Fi, as our communications director would tell you. We're really outdated, and we can feel that. We need to upgrade that. We don't have a sprinkler system, so if there was a fire, it's the fire department. We're not going to get water coming down to take care of things. We're probably going to lose the building. So we need to update, and we need to upgrade, and we need to be a safer facility.
And if you've been in the thrift shop, if you haven't, you're missing out, because this is a great place to go. It is sort of just kind of taken over almost half of your facility. I mean, it's been a huge success. As you mentioned, it's over 60% of your annual budget is the sales from the thrift shop.
Yes.
But it's getting to the point where it's hard to even move around inside of there, and you keep getting donations all the time. You don't even have any place to put them.
We don't. We're struggling with that. 2 of our activity rooms are now the donation rooms, and there are days, and I hesitate to say this too loud, but it's full to the ceiling. Fire department did not hear that, but it's tough. There are times where we have to put a sign out. Russ will post a message for people not to donate for the next half a day or a couple days, just because we've completely run out of room for donations.
And it gets worse come Christmas time when you open up your thrift shop, which is hugely popular and a big money maker for you. You get all of these Christmas items, and you don't have any place to put them.
Right. You can't see on the cameras to the left, but there are 4 containers, semi-sized containers to our left, that are full of different items that we bring in and out of the thrift shop as the season warrants. One of them is full of Christmas stuff. So we are preparing in the next less than 6 weeks, probably in the next 4 weeks, we'll start the process. But within 6 weeks, we're going to have everything moved out of the main area of the thrift store, and all of the Christmas stuff goes in. And that's in preparation for November. I think this year it's the 9th. I'll have to double check, but that's our big day that we start our Christmas. And so it'll be full.
The capital campaign is underway. They've raised, I think, a little over $400,000, which, is not enough. You have a general ballpark figure of about $4 million to make this happen. Is that about right?
That's correct. Every year that we postpone, we add $250,000 to that number, just because of the rising cost. So our goal is to get it done as quickly as we can, so that we don't go outside of our budget, or just plain don't have enough to complete the project. So we want it to be done. We want it to be done soon, and we're shooting for $4 million and maybe a little bit more.
And every time you kick the can down the road, the building still gets another year older, and compressors fail, and the sink starts leaking, and the problems just start piling up.
Exactly.
And yet your volunteers, and this place is 90% volunteer driven, they don't seem to mind. They seem to like it here a lot.
They love it here, yes, and we wouldn't be surviving without our volunteers. We live off of our volunteers. We had a big event this last Saturday. It was our end of summer barbecue, and we had, I think, 3 employees that were there. Everybody else that ran that barbecue, they were all volunteers, including the Appalarians that came and flipped the burgers. So we really need our volunteers in the community.
And you really need another name. It sounds kind of funny. Just a point of reference, this building goes 1993. Its building was built essentially to be a place, a gathering spot for my parents' generation. The baby boomers are now reaching retirement age. God bless the greatest generation, but they're not your patrons anymore. It's a whole new ball game for you guys to deal with, and we got to just 86 that whole senior part of your name altogether. Talk about that.
Well, that's twofold. Yes, we do want to expand who we service, because you're right, we're getting in a new generation, and they want different things than the outgoing generation, or the generation that is slowing down a little bit and is a little less into some of the active things that we do. But we also learned, kind of what prompted it was, we started applying for state and federal grants, and we felt like we were pretty much being shut down. So one of our board members did a little investigating, and he looked at all of the different grants that were awarded within the state of Washington. And I think he said he was able to find one, or maybe not even one, with the name senior in it. So we began to realize that if we truly wanted to put this addition on, we needed to do a little rebranding, change our name, and focus on what we really are, not just a senior center, but we're a center for the community.
And you can come have lunch here Tuesday through Friday. All you got to do is give them a couple of days in advance. Just go to the website. By the way, Russ did a great job with the website.
Oh, isn't that fantastic?
Really fantastic. Super easy. Very well done. We're talking about Russ Allman, the handsome and talented. By the way, Russ Allman, I'm contractually obligated to say that.
Okay.
For $5 a pop, as long as you give them a couple of days heads up, go to the website, find out what the menu is, click on it, and so they can make the right amount of food, and it's open to anybody. It doesn't matter. From 5 years old to 105. Come have lunch here.
We've had at least 3 generations, maybe 4 generations, sitting at a table together. Little babies in arms up to the elderly with their walker. So anybody can come. We had 121 yesterday. Roast beef day. If you really want a good meal, come on Western Day. Sometimes we have music with it. We always have roast beef, and it's a fabulous meal. And that is just sort of what all of our meals are like. There are some of them a little less dressed up than that, but it's always fabulous food.
And I can personally attest that the chili is pretty darn good. I'm a chili aficionado.
It is.
Yeah.
It is very good. We had Debbie Schwabero. She is the one that handles the kitchen, and she has been at it by herself for a little over a year now. She does a fantastic job. We really, really appreciate her.
You mentioned your board. You got some heavy hitters. You got Dr. Steve Castor, an old friend of mine. You got Aaron Cass. These are movers and shakers that are. It's all volunteer that are helping you guys see to the future.
Yes, it is. We have a very wonderful board to work for. I really enjoy working with them. We have 9 right now. We lost one as we did our transition in June. So we lost 1 board member, and it's a member at large position, so we don't have to fill it right now. We just want to really make sure we do the right thing, get the right person in, and of course it's up to the board to make that decision. But every one of them are fantastic. They all give of their time, they give of their talents. We have really talented people that are able to keep us going.
So how can my viewers help? We'll start out with the naming thing. There's if your name gets pulled out of the hat, they don't pull names out of the hat. They're going to pick the appropriate name to rebrand Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. You're putting up some pretty nice dough there. Talk about how people enter. You got until the end of this month to do it, and the whole process of going about choosing a new name.
How it is set up to work, and we launched it last week on Facebook, on our internet site, and then also you can come in and submit your name here in the center. But how we launched it was to run for 2 weeks. You can submit as many times as you want through the course, up to once a day. So you can get on there once a day and make your submission. You can come in once a day and make your submission. They're all time stamped and date stamped, and so right now we have well over 150 people that have given their ideas. Some of them are sending 15 in at once, and please don't do that. We want individual submissions so that we can play fair.
But $1,000 is $1,000 value.
It is $1,000. You can either choose 2 500 lifetime memberships, or we will give 1 $500 cash payout. And same for second prize, that's 2 one-year memberships or a $50 payout. And the reason the payout is a little less than the value is because, well, the reason we're doing that way is because not everybody wants to be a member. We would like them to be, but they don't all want to take that, so we're giving them another option.
And by the way, you don't even have to be a senior to be a member of this, and it's cheap.
It is. It's $50 a year for a single person, $75 a year for a couple, and we're doing a little bit of changing in our bylaws. That'll change once we settle on a name and we change our mission statement. So once that happens, we'll change the bylaws a little to allow for a different age demographic to come in. But we really want to be multicultural, multi-generational, and we want to be available to everybody if they want. It doesn't mean we are going to change the fact that we are a senior center. We will always be a senior center. We will always cater to the 50 and over, but anybody is welcome to join that.
And now the big ask, somebody out there watching this show has $3,600,000 in their checkbook. So go ahead and whip that baby out, make the check out personally to Lisa Blair, and she'll make sure it gets where it needs to go.
Oh, I will.
Let's get this baby built. What do we do to help you get to that $4 million mark and get this new annex and the new thrift shop built?
That is a big ask. We reached out to our membership. I feel like we've kind of tapped out the membership. Almost everybody has donated in one way or another. If they can give $5 or $10, they do. If they're able to give several thousand, they do. We have people that are donating their required minimum distribution from their retirement. That's very helpful. But like I said, I feel like we've tapped that out, and so now we're looking to the community, some of the bigger businesses, some of the individuals that want to see this succeed. We know it's out there. We just need to ask the right people and not only let them know what they can do for us, but we need to make sure that they know what we're able to do for them.
The Wenatchee Valley is not going to get any smaller, but that building ain't going to get any bigger unless you help them out. So go to the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center website. Very well done. Did I mention that the handsome and talented Russ Allman did that?
The Russ Allman, yes.
Yeah, same one that we're talking about.
The handsome and talented Russ Allman. That one, yes.
Check it out. There's a place right there. There's a QR code. It's so easy to donate. Do the lunch thing. Come by and support the thrift shop. You'll find some steals there. I found a couple of really good steals in there. I didn't tell you what I was, but I was going through some albums one time and I said, this is worth a lot of money. I think I'll buy it for $5. But it all went to a good cause.
Yes.
I got a record that I wanted, and you got $5 of my dollars.
And we appreciate it. We really do appreciate everybody that comes in here and either donates or shops and spends their money. It's a very valuable asset to us. So thank you, everybody.
Can I come back and see you before the big holiday thrift fair gets going?
Please do.
Yep.
Yes.
So we'll see you a couple of months?
Okay. Maybe we'll have a really nice update by then.
That would be fantastic.
Right.
Hopefully you'll have $3,600,000.
Or $4 million or $5 million.
Whatever it takes.
We'll take whatever.
Thanks, Lisa. I appreciate it. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Welcome to Mountain Chick Floral, your go-to flower and plant shop in downtown Wenatchee. Explore their wide variety of unusual and fun plants. And when you buy a plant in a container, they'll pot it up for you absolutely free. Birthday or weddings, they'll create the perfect floral arrangement for you. Brighten up your office with fresh blooms delivered to your door or business. Ask about floral subscriptions. Visit Mountain Chick Floral today, where every occasion is a reason to celebrate with flowers. Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous Farmers Market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
We've warmed up 3 degrees in the last hour, 73 degrees, so we're 3 degrees ahead of where we were 24 hours ago. And if you're just joining us, we set a record high temperature on Sunday. We got up to 100 degrees, broke the old record of 98 degrees, and guess what? We're going to do it again today and tomorrow in a big way, possibly even on Wednesday. For you folks in the Medhow Valley and right along the crest of the Cascades, you have a red flag warning. Doesn't affect the Wenatchee Valley as you look at the map there. The pink just doesn't quite come to the Wenatchee Valley, but certainly Leavenworth Plain, basically right along the crest of the Cascades between Stevens Pass and all the way up to the Canadian border, including Winthrop, Twist, Mazama, that whole area. You have a red flag warning. Unfortunately, you have a chance today, not much of a chance, but at the hottest part of the day, there is a chance of some dry thunderstorms. Not good. Hopefully, we'll slide past that, but there is a red flag warning for the pink area that you see on your screen here. That does not affect the Wenatchee Valley, but we still have an extreme heat warning, and that goes all the way through Wednesday evening. 100, our forecast high today. That would break the old record of 97, set back in 1996. 74 for the overnight low tonight. Tomorrow, 99. Record high on Tuesday, 95. That baby's going to fall by the wayside. Record high temperature Wednesday, 96. Probably break that as well. So in for some very, very, well, you know, it's hot. We're going to set record high temperatures for 4 days in a row, it looks like.